In this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing if she leaves you for another man, how to handle it, and why they do it to begin with. Hey guys, I'm Erik Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for Skill of Attraction. And today's attraction tips video is called If She Leaves You for Another Man. Now, when a woman initiates a unilateral breakup, it hurts no matter who you are, but it hits different when she leaves you for another man. And while she may not have been physically cheating on you when you were together, it's really not much different because the message she's sending you is the same. This other guy is better than you. So not only is it heartbreaking, but she's essentially just stomping and dancing all over your ego and your heart like she never cared about you at all. I mean, how does a woman go from loving you to tossing you out like a piece of trash? Like you're disposable or some kind of placeholder until a bigger, better deal came along? Can it get any more disrespectful? Now, I'll get into why later. But this is what we call monkey branching, where a woman won't let go of one branch until she's holding on to the next. Not all women do this. Some actually have enough respect for a man, even if she doesn't love him anymore, to end the relationship when it's over, rather than keep it going out of fear of being alone or hurting his feelings or whatever. But many women do this. Usually when women get to this point, where they're monkey branching or about to, it's because the relationship has been long over in her eyes. Yes, she may still be with you, going on dates, and even in some cases still sleeping with you. But the love is gone and the relationship or marriage has been long over for her. Now, I've talked to married women who were unhappy in their marriage, and they've told me that in their heart, they're already divorced. Of course, they're not legally divorced, and in some cases, the husband doesn't even know about this. But to the woman, the marriage was done a long time ago. And it's kind of interesting, actually, because when women get to this point, all bets are off the table, meaning women in this state oftentimes don't even consider talking, seeing, or even sleeping with another man to be cheating, because they see the relationship as over, even if they're still technically in a relationship or marriage with you. I mean, it is cheating. I'm certain they would see it differently if the roles were reversed. But when it's them, their heart is closed off and they're not doing anything morally wrong in their eyes. And they certainly won't regret it. I mean, they may regret the outcome, but they don't regret opening their heart to another man. Now, not all women will go to this length. I mean, so don't panic if you're in this situation. A good woman with integrity will not do this in most situations. You just have to remember that women tend to act on their current emotional state, which is always in flux. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a free pass for them to do whatever they want just because they're feeling it. But it will help you understand why she does the things she does when it makes little to no sense to you. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at soa.fm. Click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. My coaching options include several phone coaching packages for my North American clients and several Zoom coaching packages for my clients outside North America. And I'll post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Also, be sure to come on over to the new Skill of Attraction website and join the social community. There you could ask questions, give and get advice, share your war stories, compare your notes with other men who are also learning just like you. And everyone there is at a different level of game and dating knowledge, so don't be embarrassed if you're a beginner. And for you more advanced guys, the beginners can really use your help. So just head on over to soa.fm and register for free. You could even remain relatively anonymous. It's actually kind of fun. Our main members seem to really be enjoying it, so I hope to see you guys there. So why do women leave you for another man? Well, there could be many reasons, such as you're too needy, too cold, you've been complacent, you never stand up to her, you don't know how to lead her, you're incompetent, you're neglectful, and so on. But the biggest reason, or I should say what these little reasons lead to, are a loss of attraction. And when women lose attraction, they fall out of love. Now, of course, this doesn't include the big obvious reasons such as infidelity and abuse. Now, she may still love you as a person and care about you, but she's no longer in love with you. Now she feels this giant void. Sometimes women fill this void by smothering their children. Some fill it by spending lots of time with their girlfriends. And other times women fill this void with a new man. Sometimes they do all of the above. And it's honestly quite sad for them, but it's even sadder for the men who oftentimes have no idea what's going on. He's often doing what he thought he was supposed to do and doesn't realize that he's actually driving her away slowly. Happy wife, happy life, right? Now, if you're not the cold, neglectful, and complacent type, like most men, and you weren't cheating or abusing her, then you're most likely have bought into the happy wife, happy life lie. It's not so much a lie that a woman who is happy and in love with you will not make your life a much happier one. It's just the way that you go about it. Now, it's 100% true that the success of a relationship largely rests on the happiness of the woman, only because women are the choosers. They choose who they want to be with, and we really have no choice but to accept it. Unless they're choosing us, of course. Then we have some choice in the matter. But if we don't accept that a woman no longer wants to be with us, they'll either make our lives miserable or they'll simply break our hearts, or both. I could think of one relationship I was in, and it was clear to me that she just didn't want to be in the relationship any longer. She just became cold, mean, and cruel. I mean, things that she knew would hurt me. But my once sweet, loving, beautiful girl became an absolute nightmare to be around. Yet she was still telling me how much she loved me all the time. And it was very confusing. But as I often say, pay attention to what women do, not so much what they say. So by paying attention to what she does, I ended it. And she chased after me a few times, and because I never really wanted out of the relationship, I accepted her back. But it was, and probably I accepted her back a little too easily, but it was right back into being a nightmare again. It really didn't make much sense, but I could tell she wasn't happy and didn't really want to be in the relationship with me. I mean, if she did, she wouldn't have been behaving that way. My point being, had I stayed and tried to work it out, she would have just made my life hell. It was already pretty bad, and I didn't really want to see what it would be like if she got worse. I mean, part of her unhappiness wasn't from me so much. I mean, she was going through her own stuff. But, you know, because I loved her, I tried to be there for her. And I believe my mistake was tolerating way too much from her. I mean, in the moment, I thought I was being strong, but in hindsight, I was being a bit of a doormat. Not because I was afraid to stand up to her or walk away, because I absolutely wasn't afraid of that. But in thinking I was doing the right thing, I was actually being a little weak, but really only in her eyes. She may not have realized it consciously, but she wanted me to put her in her place. But unfortunately, I missed my window to do that. But this video is about a woman leaving you for another guy. And I don't know if there was another guy involved in my situation, but the fact that she chased after me several times tells me that there wasn't. But you never truly really know with women. They sometimes monkey branch because they don't want to be alone, whether she needs the resources of a man for survival or because she's lonely or insecure. The healthy women with integrity will not do things like this. But now you know why they do it and why they don't see it as that big of a deal. They left you in their hearts a long, long time ago. So what should you do when this happens? Fight for her? Let her go? Beg her to give you a chance to prove yourself again? I mean, the answer to that is simple, yet actually doing it is not so simple. So what you want to do here is simply let her go. Don't fight her about it. Don't try to prove yourself. Don't get emotional. Don't try to guilt her. Simply tell her that that's a real shame that she went about it in such a terribly selfish way, and then show her the door. Now, I'm not saying that it won't hurt, because it certainly will, but be sad in private. Perhaps get yourself a therapist or even a coach, or get your life back on track. While she may have done this in a terrible way, she lost attraction for you at some point. So you have some work to do so you don't run into this same situation all over again. What she did is not your fault, but her losing attraction was your fault. I know men hate to hear this, but part of being a man is owning your mistakes. I mean, I just own my mistakes in the relationship I just told you about. I mean, I screwed up and I lost the girl. I mean, she did a lot of other shitty things that led to the breakup, but that was her mistakes, not mine. Now, if you're going through this, you most likely want her back. It's just part of human nature to want someone back who rejected you. If you come to me to help get her back, I will certainly help you do that. But I'll also tell you this first. Why would you take a woman back who relatively easily just threw you away like a piece of trash? A woman who felt another man was better than you. I mean, she won't come back to you because she was so in love with you and she just couldn't bear it. She'll only come back because if she was wrong about the other guy or it didn't work out with him, you would essentially be her backup plan. And no self-respecting man is anyone's backup plan. So just let her go and let her come to her own realizations. You'll hurt for a while, but in many cases, it will hit her sometime in the future and she will regret it. If she wants to come back, just tell her that she had her chance and she blew it and you have moved on. Obviously, if you share children, a mortgage, or something big between you, that's not easy to separate yourself from her. But make sure that she knows that you're in a much better place now that she's gone. You'll probably want answers from her, but I just gave them to you. Trying to get answers out of her will likely only confuse you further, because she either doesn't completely understand her feelings herself. I know that sounds strange, or she'll give you some flowery, society-approved response that makes her look innocent and doesn't hurt your feelings. In other words, you're not going to get a straight answer out of her. So, if you found this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have a link to PayPal my Bitcoin wallet address if you deem this video worthy of a donation. And you also have Super Thanks as an option, which is located right next to the share icon below this video. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.